there's only so many times a balloon can be stuck with a needle before it actually pops. Hi guys, it's me, Clarissa, here on Clarissa Says, where Clarissa says it all, and that is how I feel. So I want to talk to you guys about the up and coming protests and the shows of revolution. This is a revolutionary time. What a time to be alive. And I want to talk about just everything that has been happening in the media for the past couple of 3-4 days or so. I just want to say, for you, those of you that are looking around in shock, wow, they're really doing this. These are the people are really coming together. They're really doing this. And not just black people. It's every race coming together and fighting for this cause. I want to just go ahead and say to those of you that are in confusion that there's only so many times that a balloon can be stuck with a needle until it actually pops. And what you guys are seeing is the aftermath of people being stuck by needles, batons, dogs, prejudiceness, racial discriminatory actions, racial prejudiceness, racial discrimination, people being racist altogether, however you want to put it, and just the racial discrimination and justice system, just everything over the years of time being blown up by a balloon, pricked, and now the balloon officially popping. It's going to only be so many cases of George Floyd situations until eventually we as a society, not just a race, again, it's not just us out there, it's other people, everybody is in one accordance with this situation, until we as a people stand up and say it's time for a change. And right now, we as a people, as American citizens, not as black or white, Spanish, Caucasian, Indian, Chinese, whatever you want to call it, as humans, American citizens are coming together and doing something very revolutionary. It's not about race. It's about the discrimination of the justice system. It's about how cops think that they can do whatever, and how the justice system does not benefit the race of African American people. How the justice system actually is set up for the African American citizens to be swept under the rug, one, or to be sentenced longer, harder, and unfair and unjust, more so than other races, and how cops are able to manipulate the justice system and do what they want to African Americans in America and treat them unjust and different in different situations than they would other races. And yes, other races that are Americans notice this, understand this, and yes, that is why we are all coming together to put an end to this. If you're going to be fair, be fair. If you're going to be just, be just. Don't change the way that you work as a cop because of someone's background or race. Fair is fair, just is just, politics is politics. And politics and rules are not fair to all races, to all people, to all Americans. And this is a well-known fact. We've been going through this since y'all decided to come over here to America and tell us that we were not already on this ground. Y'all black people, African American people of melanin, this color in their skin, this color in their skin, this queen ebony miracle of blood that we have within us. And I say queen because regardless if there's a king, there had to be a queen to birth them. These genetics were on this land before they wanted to call us slaves. Let's not forget our history, guys. And since the beginning of the American history, they have been treating us as second-class citizens when we were the ones that brought up this land. There would be no America without our blood, sweat, and tears. It is about time that we get the respect for the work that we put into this ground. Even the Seminoles get a little portion of a pie, something, every month. Not to mention that we were the original Indians, American natives on this earth, on this ground. But of course, they destroyed our history. Of course, they put us in slavery. Of course, they only are giving the credit to those that were in accordance with their plan, hence the Seminoles. No offense to you guys that are Indian out there, but trust me, I know the history. Y'all fought for y'all land, but there were also some secrets in the past that other Indian tribes did not get to assemble. Okay, you guys understood the rules and you guys were smart. Everybody else was just scrambling, which we all understand history, but the truth is the truth. Okay, there are plenty of the tribes, Chickawaga tribes, Blackfoot Indian tribes, that we have in our genetics that we can't date back and get DNA tests for money for, but yet we live on this land and we aren't owed nothing but disrespect, right? How is that fair? It just behooves me the level of disrespect that we have on ground that we built up with our hands. And you know what? Enough is freaking enough. Okay? Enough is enough. Enough is enough. To all the people out there, we are one. To all the people out there, it's time for a change. To all of the people out there that are out there protesting, you are revolutionary. This is a revolutionary time. What I will say is be smart. Don't mess up places and businesses that actually are giving out jobs. Go for what makes sense. The precincts, the people that were out there being rude, disrespectful, those cops. What the businesses are doing to y'all? What are these Dollar Trees and donut shops and Targets are? What are they doing to you? They're not doing anything to push the revolutionary, but solely damage. The message isn't to damage. The point isn't to damage. The point is to prove a point that choosing to make decisions as those cops did with George Floyd is not acceptable. And I don't believe that destroying buildings that have nothing to do with the situation counts as that. All that shows is our rage and anger, which it does prove a point, but in the end it comes back to bite us because now certain places will not want to build up in certain communities. You understand where I'm going with that? There's other ways. Go, if you're gonna be hard, be hard. Be about it, be about it. And yes, there have been stories, and I have seen people out in the precincts, I have seen it. But what I'm saying is, make what you're doing count. Don't harm anyone. That's not the message. Don't harm anyone. Because now you're the same like the person and the people we're going against. But you prove a point, and you make sense. Walk among people. Hand in hand with people. Send messages and emails and letters to the DC, to Washington DC, to the president, to the president's council, to Congress, to judges, to every single person that's in charge in every single state. Make groups to go together and protest in front of every courthouse, in front of every judge's house, in front of every other person that actually can make a difference within the politics of the United States. That's where we need to target. Don't throw firebombs at their houses. No, stand in front of their houses. Protest in front of their houses. Leave notes in front of their houses. Notes of what we want to change in the world, not threats. Not that we are, but that's what people think that we're doing. And we got to change the mindset of those prejudiced, racial, vindictive thinking people. Okay? And that's how you do it. You make a change. Sign the petitions to change the laws. Make a change. Let's come together and make that type of a change. Let's come together and do this the right way. You got to change the mindset of people by not doing what they expect for you to do. And us raging is exactly what they expect for us to do. It's a new age. It's a new day. It's a new year. 2020 is going to count for our race. I said back in 2017, 2016, that 2019 marks the end of the modern day end of slavery for the modern day African American person or people of melanated skin complexions. And now we're moving into slavery of nations. And now, as that changed, so does mindset of every other person. But with that being said, 2019, you saw the most uproar of African American people, the most a succession of our race. And now in 2020, you're going to see us make a change the right way. So, guys, my family, my peace, my love, let's continue to make this change. Let's continue to be revolutionary and make history. But let's make sure when they look back at this, it's told correctly. Because it's not her story, it's his story. Remember that. His. Whatever is told is what people believe. So let's give him a story to really tell. With that being said, I'm out, guys. R.I.P. George Floyd and any other person that was before him that has dealt with a situation like this. I hope you guys are out there being safe, being smart, being vigilant, and making a change. As always, I love you guys. Make sure you subscribe to my channel. Make sure you share this, like, and leave your comments down below. Make sure if you have anything that you really want to talk about, let me know. Any of the stories you want me to discuss, let me know. Any stories you want me to talk about and actually find a background history on, let me know. And with that being said, I am out for this video. I appreciate you guys. Happy Sunday, blessings, and later.